I, 38 male, was sitting in my office grading papers when Dean Rothwell knocked on my door Wednesday afternoon. That knock changed everything. "Professor Hayward, we need to discuss something urgent. Can you come to my office?" In 15 years of teaching economics, I'd never been summoned like this. Walking down that hallway felt like walking to my execution. In his office sat 3 people I didn't recognize and our HR director, Janet. The dean's face was grim. "Professor Hayward, we've received some concerning letters about your conduct." He slid 3 printed emails across the desk. They were recommendation letters from my supposed former colleagues at my previous university, describing me as mentally unstable, inappropriate with female students, and having serious integrity issues. They recommended immediate termination. My stomach dropped. Then I read the signatures. These people didn't exist. Dean Rothwell, I've never heard of these people. I can prove it. My entire employment history is documented. That's why you're here and not already suspended. These came through anonymous tips to our ethics hotline. We need to investigate. I'll cooperate fully. But I need you to know, someone is trying to destroy my career with fabricated documents. Janet spoke up. Who would do something like this? I genuinely didn't know. Not then. That night, I told my fiancée, Qley, 35, about it. She was finishing her Ph.D. in literature, and we'd been together 3 years. Her reaction was, "Weird. Maybe you pissed someone off? You can be pretty harsh with your grading." "Qley, someone created fake people to destroy my career. This isn't about tough grading." She shrugged. "Well, if you lose your job, at least I'm about to defend my dissertation. One of us needs to have an income." Cold. But Qley had been weird lately. Distant. Jealous of my tenure when she was still grinding through her Ph.D. I figured it was dissertation stress. The next morning, IT called. They'd traced the emails. All 3 came from the same IP address, a coffee shop near campus, sent within minutes of each other. Someone sat there and systematically tried to end my career. But then Qley made a mistake. She brought me coffee that afternoon, being unusually sweet. "How's the investigation going, babe?" IT traced the emails to Brewster's Coffee. Her face twitched. Just for a second. "Oh, did they find who?" "Not yet, but they pulled security footage. They'll know by tomorrow." She spilled her coffee all over her laptop. "Shit. Oh my God, my dissertation." She frantically dried it off, but I noticed something. She was panicking. Not about the laptop, about something else. That night, she insisted on staying at her friend Marla's place. "I need to focus on my defense prep. This drama with your job is too distracting." At 2 a.m., I got a text from my colleague, Professor Delaney. "Theo, check your email." Now, IT had enhanced the security footage. There was Qley, clear as day, at Brewster's Coffee. At the exact time the emails were sent. My fiancé tried to destroy my career. Update 1. You guys called it. There was more to this story. So much more. After seeing that footage, I didn't confront Qley. Instead, I called my lawyer friend, Bradley. He told me to stay quiet and let IT finish their investigation. If she did this from her work computer, she's toast. Academic fraud at this level? Her career's over before it started. IT pulled the full logs. The fake letters? She drafted them on her university computer over several weeks. She'd researched how to destroy someone's academic reputation on her work browser. She'd even looked up, is forging recommendation letters illegal? Spoiler, IT is. But here's what killed me. She'd been planning this for months. They found drafts dating back to when I got promoted to department vice chair, a position she'd encouraged me to apply for. The same week I got it, she started planning to destroy me. Dean Rothwell called an emergency meeting. This time, Qley's advisor, Professor Winters, was there too. The evidence was overwhelming. "Professor Hayward, I need to apologize. The investigation has revealed that Ms. Beaumont orchestrated this entire situation." Professor Winters looked sick. "Qley, this can't be right. She's defending her dissertation next week." "Not anymore," the dean said. But Qley didn't know yet. She was still texting me like nothing happened. "Hey babe, dissertation defense prep going great. Marla's being so helpful. Love you. Can't wait to be Dr. Beaumont. Then we'll both have titles. Maybe we should postpone the wedding until after my defense? Too much stress. That last one made me laugh. She was postponing a wedding that would never happen. The next morning, security escorted Colette from her office. She called me, hysterical. Theo, they're saying I committed academic fraud. They won't let me defend. This is insane. Is it though? Silence. You know, everyone knows, Colette. You used university resources to forge federal documents. You tried to destroy my career. Why? She exploded. Because you have everything. Your perfect tenure, your perfect reputation, your perfect little life. I'm smarter than you. My research is groundbreaking. But nobody cares because you're the golden boy with your economics degree while I'm just another literature Ph.D. struggling for scraps. So you try to destroy me? I wanted you to feel what it's like to lose everything. To watch your career burn while someone else succeeds. But you couldn't even do that, right? You had to go running to IT like a little. I hung up. Update 2. The entitlement escalation was real, folks. After getting expelled from her Ph.D. program, Colette went nuclear. But not in the way you'd expect. First, she tried to claim I was the one who sent the letters to frame her. She actually filed a police report saying I hacked her computer and planted evidence because I was threatened by her success. The detective who called me sounded tired. Sir, she's claiming you have advanced hacking skills. Do you? I teach economics. I can barely reset my router. That's what I figured. Also, she was on camera sending the emails, so that went nowhere. Then she tried to weaponize her family. Her dad, Roger, was some big shot at a pharmaceutical company. He called the university president threatening to pull funding. My daughter is being railroaded. This is discrimination. She's being punished for being an ambitious woman. The president forwarded me Roger's emails. In one, he offered a substantial donation if they'd reconsider this misunderstanding. That's attempted bribery. The university reported him to his company's board. He got suspended pending investigation. But the peak delusion came when Colette decided to defend her dissertation anyway. She showed up to the defense room with Marla and 2 other friends, dressed like she was accepting a Nobel Prize. Security was already there. You can't stop me from defending MY work, she screamed. 5 years of MY life. My research. Professor Winters tried to reason with her. Colette, you've been expelled. There's no committee. There's no defense. Then I'll defend to an empty room. This is MY moment. She actually started presenting to nobody. Security had to physically remove her while she shouted about academic jealousy and patriarchal gatekeeping. Marla filmed it, posted it online with hashtag Justice for Colette. It went viral, all right, as an example of academic entitlement gone wrong. The comments were brutal. She really thought she could commit fraud and still get her Ph.D. The caucasity. Tell me you've never faced consequences without telling me. But then something interesting happened. I got an email from Dr. Eloise Hartley at my previous university. The real one, where I actually worked. Theo, I saw the news about your situation. I'm horrified. I wanted you to know. She contacted me 2 months ago pretending to be a journalist. Asked really specific questions about your time here. I thought it was strange, but didn't think much of it. I'm so sorry. Colette had been hunting for dirt on me. When she couldn't find any, she invented it. Update 3. Remember how I said Colette's dad got suspended? Yeah, that triggered a whole investigation at his company. Turns out Roger had a history of using his position to fix his daughter's problems. My lawyer Bradley had a field day with the discovery process. Roger had paid someone to write Colette's undergraduate thesis, bribed a professor to change her grades at her master's program, donated $50,000 to get her into the Ph.D. program. The university started reviewing all of Colette's work. Her groundbreaking research. Significant portions were plagiarized. Her published papers, ghostwritten by struggling adjuncts Roger paid. Her entire academic career was built on fraud. Professor Winters was devastated. I mentored her for 5 years. How did I not see this? The literature department had to retract 3 publications. It was a scandal that made national academic news. Meanwhile, Colette kept spiraling. She started a blog called The Truth About Academic Corruption, where she posted unhinged rants about me, the university, and the conspiracy against her. Choice quotes. Theo Hayward seduced me to steal my ideas. The economics department is a front for corporate interests. My dissertation would have revolutionized literature studies. She also claimed I was holding her belongings hostage. I'd packed everything and left it with the building manager. She refused to pick it up because that would mean accepting defeat. Then came the lawsuit. Qley sued me for intentional infliction of emotional distress and sabotaging her career. She represented herself. The filing was 73 pages of complete nonsense. She cited laws that didn't exist. She referenced cases from TV shows. She demanded $3 million in damages and that the university reinstate her with a full professorship. Bradley laughed so hard he cried. She cited an episode of Law and Order as legal precedent. The judge dismissed it in under 5 minutes, called it frivolous and bordering on delusional. Update 4. The criminal charges finally came down. Qley was charged with forgery, identity fraud, attempted destruction of evidence, remember the spilled coffee, cyber harassment, the blog posts. Her trial was something. She showed up in academic regalia, cap gown the whole thing. For criminal trial, she insisted on testifying against her public defender's advice. It was a disaster. These charges are retaliation for my academic excellence. The prosecutor calmly presented the evidence. Emails, screenshots, the security footage, her own blog posts admitting she took action to level the playing field. When asked directly if she sent the fake letters, she said, "Define fake." Those letters contained spiritual truths about Theo's character. The jury deliberated for 38 minutes. Guilty on all counts. But before sentencing, more news broke. Remember Marla, her supportive friend? Turns out she wasn't supportive at all. Marla had been documenting everything. She'd been Qley's friend since undergrad and watched her lie, cheat, and manipulate for over a decade. She was done. Marla gave an interview to the campus paper, revealed that Qley had cheated on me multiple times with her study group, stolen research from other Ph.D. students, kept a journal where she detailed her plan to destroy Theo and take his position. She had receipts, screenshots, audio recordings of Qley bragging about her plan. I stayed friends with her out of fear, Marla said. She destroyed anyone who crossed her. But enough is enough. Final update. Qley got 18 months in minimum security and 3 years probation. She has to pay $25,000 in restitution to the university for the investigation costs. She's permanently banned from academia. At sentencing, she gave a 40-minute speech about being a martyr for intelligent women everywhere. The judge had to cut her mic. Roger lost his job after the bribery investigation revealed more corruption. The IRS is now investigating him for tax fraud related to the donations. He blamed me for ruining his family. Buddy, your family ruined itself. Qley's mom, who'd been silent through everything, finally reached out. Apologized for her daughter and husband. Said she tried to teach Qley accountability, but Roger always fixed everything. I'm divorcing him, she said, and getting therapy. I enabled this by staying silent. As for Qley, last update from Marla, we're weirdly friends now. She's working at a call center, living in Roger's basement. He had to sell the main house for legal fees. She tells everyone she's a former professor who was canceled for being too brilliant. She started a podcast called Academic Assassins with 3 listeners, probably her, Roger, and whatever poor soul she's dating now. She still emails me occasionally from throwaway accounts. Things like, "You destroyed true genius. History will vindicate me. My dissertation would have changed everything." I just forward them to her probation officer. She's not supposed to contact me. The university gave me a formal apology and a raise for maintaining professionalism during an unprecedented attack. My reputation actually improved. Everyone saw how calmly I handled someone trying to destroy me. I'm dating someone new now. Astrid, a chef who owns a restaurant downtown. She thinks academia is adorably boring and doesn't care about titles or publications. She just likes that I can explain why her supply costs keep fluctuating. When I told her this whole story, she said, "Wait, she wore graduation robes to court." Like actual robes? Yup, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Also hilarious. She made me a cake shaped like a graduation cap with fraud written in frosting. We ate it while watching Colette's viral security footage video. Life's good now. Quiet. Drama-free. Occasionally, new Ph.D. students ask me about the Beaumont incident. That's what they call it now. It's become a cautionary tale about academic integrity. The ethics department uses Colette's case in their training. How Not to Academia 101. The best part? My department created the Hayward Protocol, enhanced background checks for any suspicious complaints. 3 other universities have adopted it. Colette's legacy is literally a system to prevent people like her from succeeding. She wanted to be remembered in academia. Wish granted, I guess. Edit. For those asking, no, I don't feel bad for her. She tried to destroy my life because she was jealous. She got what she deserved. Edit 2. Yes, the university pressed charges, not me. Forging documents on university computers is a federal crime. I just cooperated with the investigation. Edit 3. To the person who'd med saying. Colette was pushed to extremes by academic pressure. She literally committed fraud for years. That's not pressure, that's pathology. Edit 4. Roger tried to start a GoFundMe for legal fees. It raised $47. Even though it was probably him and Colette using aliases.